Okay, here's review of section 8.2, graphing these rational expressions, also finding all the asymptotes and holes, and even the domain of each one. So here's just a quick review on the left. Asymptotes are lines that the graph approaches but never touches. Vertical asymptotes occur at the zeros of the denominator after you've done all your canceling, and you may have more than one. Holes occur at the zeros of the denominator that actually cancel. Horizontal asymptotes, you're always going to have one, and it depends on the degree. So you look at the degree of the numerator, degree of the denominator, and decide what's going to happen. So if it's bigger on the bottom, your asymptote is y equals 0. If it's bigger on top, you don't even have an asymptote. And if it is the same, then you divide the coefficients. And remember that degrees are the biggest exponent. So here's the one from your worksheet. Hang on. F of x equals negative 3 over x squared minus 4. So the thing you need to do first before you do anything with any of these problems is factor everything. So the bottom is difference of squares, so I'm going to factor it x plus 2, x minus 2. Okay, so nothing's going to cancel, so I don't have any holes. None. Okay, the next thing we need to look at is vertical asymptotes. So vertical asymptotes are going to occur the zeros of the denominator. Well, zeros of the denominator are going to be at x equals negative 2 and x equals 2. So we're going to have two vertical asymptotes. The horizontal asymptotes. Well, you go back to the original, before you even started factoring or anything, and look at the degree. So the degree on the top, there's not even a variable, so the degree is 0 on the top, and on the bottom you have degree equal to 2. So this is bigger on the bottom. That means that you have... No, I messed up, didn't I? That's bigger on the top. Bigger on the bottom, Bobo. Bigger on the bottom means y equals 0. So that's our horizontal asymptote. And then they also wanted to know the domain. Well, the domain happens at the holes and the vertical asymptotes, because those can't be in the domain because we're not allowed to have 0 in the denominators. So for this function, our domain is all reals except x cannot be equal to 2 or negative 2. Okay, so on the next slide, I'm going to show you the graph that I got from Desmos. And you can see from this graph that, yeah, we do have two vertical asymptotes. And they are at, let me see, hang on. Okay, so here's one vertical asymptote. This is at x equals negative 2. Here's my other vertical asymptote. X equals 2. And my horizontal asymptote is right here. Y equals 0. And then you just sketch the graph. So you're allowed to use Desmos, but you still have to be able to find all the asymptotes and all the holes. So that's the example for the graphing.